6:50, fog's cleared, coffee, sun's rising, generator's on. We're out of here. Amazing the difference. I mean, we were socked in last night. Whew, crazy. There's a propeller killer. There's a propeller killer, propeller killer, propeller killer, propeller, 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 propeller. It's a lot of junk. So, just be real careful when we pull off the dock this morning. I'm gonna have Matt give it a go. So I'm gonna do lines and I'm gonna have him get up on the bridge. I think he understood that I was gonna have him take it off the dock. All right, there he is. All right, so I'm gonna do the last two lines here and I'm gonna run up and help him. Look at that thing. It's one of the bigger log fishes I've seen. They'll get caught in a prop. Woo. That's a whole stump. I don't know where the rest of it is. Where we just left, right up there. Matt, we're burning daylight already. Put the pins to it. I don't think we got enough fuel. We got a fuel in Fernandina for sure. So theoretically, door to door, sea buoy to sea buoy, from here to Fernandina at 10 knots because the whale zone is 8 hours. Is that correct? Is that what I said? That I told you? So another hour to get out of here and then another 8 hours down. It's only about 35-40 minutes to get into Fernandina. So we won't make coffee time as usual because of the whale zone, but we'll be there for a cocktail hour. There were dolphins. Did you hear a thump? A lot of times they'll go out in the wake here and play in the wake. Let's see if they come back up and play. Nope. I don't see him. We passed this guy on, we were coming in, he was going out yesterday. So, one day later, we're swapping spots, almost in the same exact, within 15-20 minutes. Ooh, what is that out there? That is a big yacht. Right out there. Ooh. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to AIS and check that thing out. That is a super yacht right there. Like one that you all might know. All right, I'm gonna go look that up. I'll be right back. All right, not that I spend too much time out in the water, but I think I spend too much time out in the water or looking at large super yachts because I spotted that thing like 2 miles away. That is actually Amadea. I called that thing. How far away are we? Come on, are you impressed?
We are, yeah, 2 miles.
2 miles away.
Yeah.
And I looked at that thing. Where are you going?
Where am I going?
No, where's he going?
He's crowded.
Yeah, he is. All right, I gotta put this down for a hot second here. All right, well, what we couldn't see earlier is that is a dredge and they are actually engaged in dredging operations. So you can kind of see it coming. Anyway, you can get that close. Right there, refocus, it's coming out of there. All right, so Matt, now just come back around that green there. So they were going back and forth, but they were kind of coming right towards us and didn't really understand their intentions. It would have been nice if they had called us and said that they were dredging and they were going to be going back and forth and whatever, but so anyway. All right, so we're going to duck back in the channel here. Let's get some video of Amadea coming in. That's pretty cool. Alright, there it is coming in there. We'll do a video of the drive-by on it. So that was seized by the U.S. government. And it was seized in San Diego. Well, seized in Fiji. Alright, I don't know if you can see it or not, but off in the distance, there's a whale. Yes! We've seen a whale. There it is, it just came up. There it is, it just blew.
Right out here?
Yep, right there, just came up. Dolphins. They're making a beeline for us. Where'd they go? They're literally just making a beeline for us. Thought they're gonna head to our bow. Anyway, quick update. Yeah, the boat's sinking. The generator blew a something, and the generator was floating, and the case to the generator is floating. Oh, there they are back there. And so I think that that's what's causing a lot of the water issues. Yeah, they're back in our wake back there. I don't think that's causing the water issues on top of our tank, but it's plausible. It's possible. I don't think so. But I know that that was salt water definitely coming from the generator, so I shut that down. I switched sides to a different generator, to the port side generator, and that seems like it's running okay. I'm going to go do an engine check in just a little bit. I vacuumed out all the bilges except for the center bilge, just dumped it in there, just all salt water. So we'll get that pumped out. I just didn't want to be shifting back and forth. So hopefully we solved at least one problem, but you know, again, this has been going on for a very long time. Why did nobody else solve this or figure this out or even notice? Because they don't do engine room checks. You have to do engine room checks as a captain. It's your job. It's your responsibility. Right, Matt?
That's exactly right.
What am I talking about?
Probably burritos.
Burritos! Yeah.
You're smart, you talked about burritos.
No, we were talking about doing engine room checks, and there were some dolphins over there.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but... Alright, so it's burrito time. Burrito 30. You can't get more in the middle of the channel than these guys right here. And they've actually set up shop. They're literally anchored in the center of the channel. Don't be like them. Don't be like them. All right, I'm off my soapbox. Let's throttle back up again. That was nice, at least slowed down. But as Matt says, they get what they get, right?
Don't throw fit.
All right, let's get in. What's that? 100 amp single phase. Skip, down the other side. Okay. I was lined up perfectly right here. I looked good. And we're here. Sun going down, 5:30 on the dot. I think we've done a couple videos of us being here. One was on Miss Emily, our 95 Broward. Then we had like 35 knots of wind pinning us on the dock. It was bad. And we got off the dock by using lines. But this is a beautiful harbor. I like it here. The town, it's Amelia Island, Fernandina Beach. It's a great little town. If you guys are coming up the coast, come on up to this. Broken. That's not broken. That's not broken. That's not broken. That's not broken. They were all broken before, and that's broken. All right, well, good morning. I was up early this morning. We had a great night last night. Yeah, well, it's pretty nasty out this morning. You can see I'm in the engine room working. Raining, very windy. It settled down a little bit. I mean, the boat was really rocking. I was like, wow, it's crazy. Working on the generator now. Also, by the way, thank you for all the people that reached out. Bob Weir from the Grateful Dead passed away last night. And as most of you guys know, I'm a quite a big Deadhead. So thank you guys all for reaching out and giving your condolences. Sad day, end of an era, but obviously the music and the legacy will live on. But anyway, thanks. So back to this. This is so I showed you guys a video of this whole thing all filled up. I just don't know when all this stuff was serviced. Look at this. This just didn't happen yesterday. I mean, this has been going on for a really long time. And nobody's just looked at it. Nobody's maintained it. Look at the salt buildup on here. God knows when the last time this cooler was serviced. When was that zinc replaced right there? Who knows? It's sad. And again, as captains and managers and whatever, it's our responsibility to get down here and at least put eyes on stuff. This should never happen. This never should have happened. So it's pretty disappointing that, it falls on me now to tell the owner about all the stuff that's wrong with his boat and how much money we have to continue to spend when if we actually had a maintenance program, or if, the captains or managers knew about all of this stuff, had any inkling, they would at least know, hey, we've got to service it. We don't just wait until something breaks and blows up. I mean, look at all the water that spilled down on here. So why we had to work on this turbo here and it was all rusted up. This is the reason why. So this precipitated all of this work that we just did. It's all rusted. There's just no excuse for it. Anyway, I'm going to start doing service on this. My part for the fuel filter is not in, even though it was overnighted, so I can't do that. It's not bad. I can take care of it in Florida. But we got a pretty long list of everything that we've got to kind of do in Florida. So I may stay a few days down there doing some work, but I'm going to start ripping this cooler apart here and getting this cleaned up before we leave today. We're going to go overnight tonight, so not much impetus to leave this morning because it's 22 hours, and if we leave at 6, then we're going to get in at 4 in the morning and nobody's going to be there. So take our time, get in midday, let this weather clear out a little bit, and take a slow roll down. Well, the boat's down there. We're still here. So, quick update before I forget. It is howling out here. You can see how hard the wind is blowing. I'm sure you can barely hear this. Awesome hatteras. Love it. I think that's the 80. Anyway. Wow, they redid their whole thing in teak. Well, the doors are teak, and that is all teak, but good on them to get the paint off it and try and keep up on those doors. Anyway, I'm going for coffee. It's 3:27. It is nasty out, so the owner definitely does not want to be out in this. We're probably going to be here all today, tomorrow, and then we'll leave on Wednesday. So, I'm going to get some work done, trying to organize some tools. I'm going to go buy a toolbox and put all the tools that we got in a toolbox, because it took me like 3 hours to get the water pump off this morning because I don't have any tools. Well, we have tools, just don't know where the heck they are. Anyway, this is Fernandina Beach. I'm going to walk across the street to get coffee. Well, lots of work today. Everything is neatly organized, put away. Notice I've got the cover to this generator open. Lost communication with the controller, so that generator doesn't work now. That was our good generator, because I've got the water pump ripped off this one. So now I've got to steal that water pump and put it on here, because I'd rather work with mechanical than electrical. I'm guessing it's just the board. Why did it die all of a sudden? Who knows? I don't know. I got one of the fin stabilizers cocked out. You can see how neat the engine room is. We've got to get rid of all this stuff. That's all of our trash just from working down in here. And then in crew quarters, minus a couple minor little things here, I have organized and put in 15 bags of tools into just this and that. So now everything is neatly organized. I know where everything is. I can actually do a project. So really thrilled about that. Got the Glendenning fired up and working. That was all this mishmash in here. Somebody had rewired it, and it was just the fuse on this. I had to get a toner and tone it out because nothing's labeled. But somebody has also bastardized the Glendenning system. So now I've got to go back, and the Glendenning system is right back there. That's our cable reel right there, that thing. So that yellow cable is our power. And see that little white spool? The one below it has no spool on it. And there's another one behind that. Somebody has destroyed all of that. So now I've got to go rebuild all of that. But on the upside, that works again. In the interim, I'm going to swap that water pump for the other water pump. And I might give this generator one more shot. But like I said, I think it's just electrical on the board. And we're leaving tomorrow. We are completely fueled and pumped out. So Fort Lauderdale, here we come. Hopefully, we'll see. And on to Key West after that. So lots of work got done yesterday and today. So happy about that. And other parts are waiting for us in Florida. Also fixed the fuel leak on the engine right there. So looking good.